Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Happy Thursday. Gonna give everybody some time to enter the room. But very excited for today's panel. We have some great panelists here with us to help us dig into how today's top CPG brands are driving sales with all kinds of different influencer and partnership types. And if you're joining, feel free to say hello in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from.
It always takes the first person. One person.
Here we go. Tori, Sarah,
there you go.
first. Awesome. Ashley from Denver. Lily, Los Angeles. Nice. Chris, South Florida. Great. Well, welcome, everybody. Florida, too. Awesome. I know we're all having some hot weather in Florida. I'm also tuning in from Florida. Great. Well, if it's your first time joining us, we do these webinars every month, and we cover topics around the latest trends and strategies in influencer marketing and social media and content marketing too in general. And we'll give everybody a couple more minutes, but in the meantime, I did want to pop up a poll to kind of see what types of partnerships the audience is currently using in their marketing strategies. There we go. So you can go ahead and answer the poll if you're working with mostly micro influencers, mostly macro influencers and celebrities, affiliates, brand ambassadors, or a mix of all of those. Nice. Looks like we have a lot of people working with micro influencers, a couple working with a mix. Great. So we'll be touching on each of these partnership types. So I'm excited to dive into some of our questions and discuss how our panelists are incorporating some of these different partnership types and creator types into their strategies. And with that, I'll go ahead and pull up our slides. Great. So to kick things off, a little bit of background about me and Statusphere. My name is Samantha Dilday. I'm the marketing manager here at Statusphere. Our founder and CEO created Statusphere after being in the influencer marketing space for over 10 years. And she couldn't find a platform that scaled specifically micro influencer marketing and community building. And so she decided to create her own, and that's how Statusphere was born. And Statusphere helps brands scale all different types of micro influencer partnerships, helps you build your creator community and automate personalized connections with thousands of creators from end to end. So brands can use Statusphere to target over 250 data points on the creators in our network. So creators and brands really benefit from those personalized connections and targeting. We also help brands run different types of partnerships, from influencer campaigns to product seeding and guaranteed posts and product gifting. You also get guaranteed rights-ready content that you can use in ads, along with a centralized portal where you can see all of your reporting on the creator posts coming in. And you can also take advantage of our VIP creator fulfillment technology. We actually handle all the shipping and fulfillment to creators, so no outsourcing involved there. And yeah, truly a full circle platform solution for creator partnerships and community building. And if you'd like to learn more, we're going to pop up a little link if you'd like to book a demo or discovery call with us. And with that, I'd like to introduce our lovely panelists. First, some housekeeping notes. The session will be recorded, so if you're taking notes, just know that the recording will be sent to you within 24 hours to your email. And yeah, so don't write too hard. And so our panelists we have here with us today, Wendy Charland, the founder and COO of WYOS, a personal care line that is simple, mess-free, and fun to use when and where you want to. Wendy is an ROI-driven business leader with an extensive background in marketing for the beauty industry, and she has led marketing, HR, and commercial teams consistently fostering growth and innovation at companies like Revlon and L'Oreal. Very excited to have you here today with us, Wendy.
Thank you.
Yeah. We also have Nicole Motto, influencer and social media marketing manager at Green Pan, a cookware company known for introducing the world to healthy ceramic nonstick in 2007. And in her role, she navigates influencer, ambassador, and partnership programs and spearheads Green Pan's social media strategy, striving to craft and implement approaches that elevate brand awareness while generating incremental revenue. And before joining Green Pan, she founded the highly popular NYC food Instagram account, NYC Eats, which now boasts 445,000 followers. So excited to get your perspective on influencer marketing, Nicole.
Thank you.
Yeah. We also have Mike Balducci, General Manager of Commerce Solutions at CreatorIQ, one of the leading SaaS-based influencer marketing platforms. And Mike has supported hundreds of brand and agency customers across the UK, US, and Europe that utilize CreatorIQ's affiliate payment and commerce capabilities to scale their creator-led marketing results. And prior to CreatorIQ, Mike held multiple key partnerships, leadership positions across strategy, product development, marketing, and finance at Velasys, Experian, and NetZero. So excited to have you here today with us, Mike. And we also have Chris Raniere, the head of revenue at Statusphere. And he is a seasoned leader in creator marketing with a track record of pioneering innovative influencer networks and revenue strategies in the digital marketing space. He is also a co-creator of Fabio, one of the first market-driven influencer networks, and the architect of the revenue department for Lumanu, the first technology to automate allow listing. Chris has consistently been at the forefront of influencer marketing technologies, and his experience extends across top platforms such as CreatorIQ, Tracker, Grin, and Tagger. So excited to get your expertise today, Chris. And then we also have Katie Kirkwood, Influencer Marketing and Partnership Manager at Humble Brands and one of the founding team members of the company. She built the customer service program from the ground up along with Humble Brands 1% for the Planet membership and longstanding nonprofit partnerships. And she spent the last 2 years building Humble's influencer and creator programs. Excited to have you guys all here today. And if I missed any intros, feel free to chime in with anything that I missed. But to kind of warm things up, why don't you guys just kind of go ahead and each share your favorite social platform?
I'll start. This might be surprising. So this is for personal, right?
Yeah, personal.
Okay. I'm on TikTok way too much. The algorithm is super confused about who I am. I get all sorts of Boston sports content, which makes sense. Then I get all of the Gen Z trended content and a lot of running content. And I literally have to make rules for myself so I don't spend my day away on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I think we all do. Great. And thanks, Chris. Yeah, go ahead.
Just since it's also TikTok, I can spend hours. I am currently in the process of retraining my algorithm since I went down a rabbit hole on stand-up comedy, and now it's ever present. So I can't watch comedy for another month, I think.
I agree. TikTok. My favorite thing is that it's a search engine nowadays. If I'm looking at a new city that I'm traveling to or a new restaurant, instead of looking on Google or even on Instagram, which is what I used to do, I just automatically go to TikTok, which is super interesting where we're going with our socials.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I use TikTok so much as a search engine, and I feel like I find more creative and unique stuff on there versus Google. Like if I'm trying to find a recipe for my kids or like workout programming, I feel like is so strong, and the algorithm is just so smart. It knows what you're looking for, and it makes it addicted then, which is a problem in itself. But it's such a great platform.
Yeah, that is a big trend we're seeing. And oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I guess I'm the outlier. I probably spend most of my time on X, formerly known as Twitter, which, comes and goes as an influencer platform, seems to be coming back up a little bit, but, and also Instagram, but.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. TikTok is a big one for me too. And like I was saying, the social SEO is a big trend that we're seeing, and we actually have a webinar all about that too. So if anyone's interested, we'll have Juliana, who's helping host our webinar today, pop that up. But awesome. So with that, we'll just go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing these slides, and we'll go into some questions. So this first question is for anyone. Is there, what are some of the biggest shifts you've seen in recent years when it comes to partnership marketing? And maybe Chris or Mike, you might have a good perspective on this.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get my mic to work.
No worries.
So there has been a couple big shifts, and I'm assuming all types of kind of UGC placements. I've seen more and more mass brand, the mass brands, the larger brands using UGC for multiple marketing channels. For the longest time, it was only the early adopters that were using it across multiple channels. But I've seen big brands using influencers, everything from end caps in a retail store to TV ads. These are some of the bigger shifts I've seen. And then also affiliates, putting affiliates into the creator campaigns. But I'll defer to Mike to talk more about that.
It's interesting. We've been working with Amazon for a really long time, and they're essentially becoming a social media platform, right? When you go into the main app and right there, one click away, you can basically just browse UGC, and it looks and feels a lot like Instagram and TikTok. And so we're definitely seeing a lot of the larger retail and larger brands sort of heading in that similar direction. I think, sort of the big prediction for us would be in a few years, I think you're going to see more and more of the larger brands actually be, sort of like a hybrid social media platform where the creators that they work with, their content is published first on those platforms and then maybe second on social media platforms. So it's just kind of an interesting thing. I think it sort of aligns with how sort of the younger generations shop now. I mean, I think, I use Instagram, and, my wife uses Instagram. My kids are on TikTok, and, they definitely find products and are inspired to make purchases based on that, and absolutely do transact based on that. And of course, that supports the affiliate creator economy as well.
Yeah, I know. I was influenced by a lot of things on TikTok, including a walking pad for under my desk. Very persuasive. Awesome.
I would add one thing to that big shift. You started with paid spokespeople, right? And then you went to these like influencers where you didn't even have to say hashtag ad, right? But you knew they were kind of a proven model, big paid influencers. And then, we're shifting down to micro and nano influencers because TikTok allows that variability of what can go viral. And I think what you're starting to see now is brand owners and brand founders and brand employees as influencers. So it went from like completely hiring out your brand voice to bringing it closer to your consumers, to even your own, self as the creator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll just add one more thing on that. What I'm starting to see is more of the true consumer to consumer type advertising, where nano creators might as well be, they're consumers, right? Anybody that can influence a purchase is a influencer per se. And micro, I think I agree, Wendy, micro is definitely obviously the shift. Everyone's going there. The next one I've been starting to hear a lot about is more around community and creating communities, not of 10, 20, but thousands. Somehow 2,000 seems to be the number everybody's going for, but 2,000 consumers, micro influencers. And with the challenge, and there's big challenges coming in with that, right? And it's managing all those creators in a way so that they feel like it's a one-to-one personal, but you can't be personal with 2,000 creators, right? Even so much so, we've seen a shift that Statusphere has just released. This is a plug, but it just happened to come out right. Statusphere, we changed our product roadmap to include community management, and it's been really successful so far.
Yeah. Nicole, Katie, any shifts you've seen in your respective industries?
I think echoing Chris's point about the community management, we actually just introduced an ambassador program about a month ago, and it's along the same lines of that, just getting an army of people who are super, super passionate about the brand. And, consumers are very, very smart. They can tell when an influencer actually uses the product and engages with it in their, lives before they were paid to. And having that army of people, a few thousands of people, especially, if you launch a new product and you want to make a really big splash in the marketplace, that and the army of people, the ambassadors, all of that is like really, really, really lucrative in helping maximize that launch or whatever you're doing at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think internally as a team, we've been spending a lot of time kind of on those native affiliate platforms like in Amazon and in TikTok. So that's been a big shift for our team. Like, how much budget are we putting into our own affiliate platform versus Amazon Creator Connect campaigns versus TikTok, and kind of just trying to figure out what's working and how much to disperse across those platforms has been a learning process for us the last couple months.
Yeah. And Katie and Nicole, I know you work with a variety of different, influencer types. And I guess Wendy too. Is there any kind of formula that CPG and beauty brands should follow for balancing celebrity creators and micro influencers?
I think that they all offer their own unique advantages. For example, if you are partnering with a celebrity for, a celebrity-backed product or whatever, they bring with them that massive audience that they have that you may not have had access to before. Mm-hmm. For example, we have a product line with Stanley Tucci, and so many people adore him from all of his movies. And before then, they may have not been interested in cookware, but they love him. So now they're like, oh, maybe I do need some new cookware. Similarly with, ambassadors, these are people who really, really love the brand. They own the brand. They're passionate about it. So they're really great for us when we are launching a new product. It's like, let's send it out to all of our hundreds, hopefully thousands soon of ambassadors, and let's just amplify that. Mm-hmm. And then micro influencers, they have such a strong, passionate community, more so we find, at least in my experience, than these macro influencers with hundreds and millions of followers. And that audience is really strong and mighty. They're all like-minded in whatever content category that specific micro-influencer is in. And it's just really, when they're selling a product, it's super authentic and their followers believe in them and believe in the product. So if you can get your hands on all of them, I think then that's like the perfect mix.
I think I completely agree. For me, the authenticity piece is key in choosing and selecting a diverse group of influencers. They can be big, they can be small, but having that authenticity where the content isn't scripted, it's really honest, it's situational. So are they using the brand, the product in their lives? Is that believable? I think that's key. We have both in my past kind of career and then as one of the founders of WYOS, have used paid for play, big influencers, big and then medium and all different sizes. And they felt pay for play, even though they were speaking about their love of the brand. And they liked the brand. It just felt pay for play because that's one of many things they were being paid to talk about. Whereas you get these micros where it's really authentic honesty.
Yeah. And I think for us too, whether it's micro, macro, affiliates, ambassadors, it's been really helpful to move away from any type of one-off contract. Like, sure, we'll pay you one time for 1 month to promote this product, because that just felt like such a flash in the pan. And I didn't have a chance to develop a relationship with that creator. And then it was like one and done, and we moved on. And it was like, wow, that kind of felt like a lot of money for a one-time engagement. So for all of these different tiers of influencers, I'm really trying to have them be a long-term partnership, because then I think we can connect with creators. Like if they have a big retreat or an event coming up, we can send them lots of product, and they can talk to their community about our deodorant or our soap in different ways, like whether they're traveling or they've got an event or they're on a date, and their community gets to hear about our products in different lights and different ways. And I think it makes it that much more impactful and lasting for their community, whether they're micro or macro creators.
Oh, Chris, I think you're on mute. Okay. I could tell it was a good one though. All right. And this one is for Mike or Chris. Do you find that one type of creator outperforms the other in terms of affiliate performance? Is it a numbers game?
Yeah, you know, we have a lot of clients that are trying to build a large affiliate community of creators, and you know, we do help them recruit. And you know, one of the most important factors in looking at an affiliate creator is how frequently they post. Because I always kind of use the analogy, like, you know, if you sit at home all day and watch TV, you're going to see the same ads over and over again. And, you know, that's direct marketing 101. Frequency matters for conversion. If your, you know, goal is a conversion outcome, then, you know, you need to have a certain level of frequency to optimize that. And if you have a creator that's a micro creator that wants to be your affiliate partner that posts once or twice a week, you know, they're not going to be successful driving a revenue outcome with that level of frequency. I mean, they need to be posting 4 or 5 times a day, and they need to know how to leverage like stories and things like that to be able to do that, where, you know, affiliate tends to perform really well. Instagram is still the best, you know, and you look across our portfolio of affiliate customers, Instagram is still the #1 platform for affiliate creator outcomes. And, you know, certainly TikTok is a very large and, you know, material part of an affiliate program, but Instagram still seems to sort of carry the water there. So that's what we tell them. And the other thing we tell them is, like, don't get so hung up on, you know, because we have a lot of influencers that, you know, influencer marketing specialists that are being told they need to drive an affiliate outcome, right? Because the bosses are like, hey, you know, we need to see some revenue for all the money we're investing in this channel, you know, and so they pivot into like an affiliate model, but they're not like, you know, the influencer marketing didn't grow up in the affiliate performance marketing world where Chris and I grew up, and so they're used to casting creators based on, you know, things like their look and feel and, you know, creative things that are important, but not necessarily as important for an affiliate creator outcome. So we definitely recommend to sort of loosen their sort of casting requirements and look at things like, you know, are they a really active creator? Do they have, you know, loyal, you know, followers that aren't, you know, in fraudulent areas and stuff like that. So, you know, the ones that get to that you know, the thousands of creators, they get that pretty quickly, and they can scale up that fast as long as they're not. And we've had clients that have like continued to try to cast affiliate creators like they cast their big, you know, macro creators, and it just, you know, it doesn't work.
I would. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Somehow anyway, something went really wrong. So I would just add on to that like affiliate technology, marketing technology is old, and someone needs to come in and update the affiliate technology to work with creators. It wasn't built to be working with thousands of little tiny creators, right? There's a few people that have done an amazing job. Mike, I'll point him out. He's done an amazing job integrating different affiliate, sort of works through a creator shop. But that technology needs a disruption soon. It's just, I've never talked to any marketer that says, I love my affiliate technology.
We always say, like, if you're discovering a creator in our platform and then trying to get them to sign up to your affiliate platform, good luck. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's like, you know, if you've ever, like, even just tried to sit on a Zoom call with a micro creator and get them to sign up for an affiliate network, like a traditional affiliate network. And if you successfully get them through that and they get approved by the affiliate network, now they have a publisher login to deal with. Good luck just trying to create a link, right? I mean, those platforms weren't built for micro creators, and that's where we focus sort of our technology, is to make it really easy for brands to onboard micro creators into an affiliate model where those creators don't have to interact with those older affiliate marketing tools, right? They can go in and create a link, they can get a promo code, they can see their tracking, they can get paid. And, you know, just to double click on that community aspect of it, that's really important because, you know, when we talk to affiliate creators, we actually conducted some market research with Ipsos. You know, the affiliate creator, the most important thing, the affiliate creator is they're passionate about the brand. Above all things like financial, like above the commission rates and how they're going to get paid, the most important thing is they're already passionate about that brand. The second, you know, top thing was that they feel like they're entering into a partnership, not a transactional relationship, right? I always tell our clients, like, imagine these creators are your contractors, right? I mean, would you pay a contractor 60 to 90 days after they completed their work? No, you wouldn't. You know, would you give if you had a sales contractor, would you not tell them how to sell your product, right? I mean, you have to like treat them as a partner, and they want that information. They want that help. They want to know there's a real person on the other side of this relationship that they can reach out to, that they can chat with if they need help. And so you got to go into it with that sort of partnership mentality, and you're building a community. And you also need to factor that into your plans, that like now you're going to have a community that you need to manage, right? They need to be fed content and information, and they need to be, you know, essentially nurtured along the path. Like, you know, the best ones get, you know, embargoed information before it comes out. Like, hey, we're launching a new product. Guess what? You know, we're going to share that product with our community so that, you know, when we officially launch it, all that content's already out there, right? So those are just some of the things that we see the brands are doing to be really successful in this space.
Yeah. And you mentioned casting. How do you think brands should treat their criteria for accepting affiliates? It sounds like passion is the most important thing. Is there anything that you would say like is too strict or too loose? Kind of how do you decipher that?
We have in our discovery tool, we focus on a lot of different things to enable our clients to discover creators, but where we've really focused is on what we call brands mentioned. So we can look back into a creator's profile over the last 12 months and see what brands they've mentioned, right? So the first thing that we do is advise customers to recruit creators that are already talking about them, right? They're mentioning those brands in their content. You know, that means they're passionate enough to just post without any economic benefit to them, right? And then based on that, then you can think about things like, well, I want to recruit creators that are talking about brands like my brand, you know, and convert them to my brand. And, you know, maybe I got to give them a product to incentivize them to come over. But, you know, it sort of starts with that. We also can do things like customer email matching to creator profiles. So if a creator, it turns out a lot of your customers are probably creators, right? Certainly on the micro side. And so those are the best ones to go out and ask if they want to be a partner in your community or your ambassador or your affiliate creator program. And so, you know, that's what we advise, is like to focus sort of on those, you know, aspects of a creator first before you start looking at like their content and seeing if their content's a good fit. In the performance marketing world, I mean, Chris, I don't know how many times you saw this, but like the team would produce a bunch of ads and you'd be like, there's no way that ad's going to work. And all of a sudden that ad's like the best ad you've ever run. Right.
Always. It's always the best.
So you could look at a creator and be like, that creator's never going to be successful selling our product. And all of a sudden they're your top performing creator. I've seen them. Like, I'm like, how is she doing $100,000 a month in sales? She's doing it. You know, she's cranking out content and driving sales. So
that was actually what I was going to say, following up on Wendy before. Like, authenticity. I think every marketer knows to say that in raw content, but time and time again, I see when they actually start looking at UGC, this is not our brand, this is not quality, this is not right. And sure enough, one that everybody thinks is just so off brand and not going to make it, one that drives $100,000 in sales.
That's exactly happened to us a few times. We'll have a creator create content and we don't want to guide them too strictly because we want it to be, like on brand with themselves and the content they already create, even though it's not necessarily on brand with us. And it is our top performer by far. And it's like, well, maybe you're not happy seeing it out in the universe because it's not the prettiest content, or their kitchen doesn't necessarily fit with what we would typically shoot our products in, but it's performing well, so just let it fly.
Yeah, we hear that from brands a lot, and that was actually one of my next questions. Is when it comes to putting creator content into paid ads, are there any common traits to content that performs well?
I mean, we have definitely, first of all, if you notice, I'm taking notes. So thank you all. You guys are so smart. I'm like, wait, gotta write that down. We have certainly had some big surprises. One of our top performing pieces of content was not a professional creator. It's a friend of the brand, someone I know. I sent product to, just like, oh, you're going to love these. They're great for college or whatever. She created something. Her content organically performed really well. We put it in an ad. It was our strongest ROAS ad. And it's funny because we get media partners saying, oh, do we have the rights to this ad? I'm like, we can do whatever we want with this ad. This is like a friend. So it can be really surprising. But again, the content that has really resonated, at least not just from a brand side, but where we've seen pickup, is that content that connects. So it may not be how we would produce an ad. It doesn't need to be. So we are with you in that. You don't want scripted content. You don't want to give a script. They have to be in their own voice. And in fact, the content we often react negatively to is the ones where you can see someone who's like filmed something and then is clearly reading like the brand brief and script, and it just falls flat. So I'm with you guys there.
Yeah. And Wendy, you've worked at a lot of sizable companies like Revlon and L'Oreal. Has your partnership marketing approach and the types of creators you work with changed as you launched WYOS?
Well, I would say my thought process has not changed at all, right? You always want to have a diverse group of voices that speak to your brand, who feel like they could be using your brand. So, working on something anti-aging for L'Oreal, I don't want someone who's like young, like these tweens going out and speaking to it. What I will say is, obviously things have changed because influencer has changed. I've been doing this a really long time. When we used to be able to send product through influencer programs and garnered verified reviews that way. There was no like ruling body or anything to it. So things have for sure changed. The thought process, looking at KPIs, looking at metrics haven't changed. The big difference is when you're on a big brand with a big budget, you can cast a wider net. So you can afford to have that broader scope of influencers, the macros, the paid spokespeople, all the way down to the micro and nanos. And you can have a ton of them. So it gives you a bigger data pool to look at and assess.
Yeah. And I noticed too, oh, did somebody have a...
Well, yeah, Sam, I was going to go just follow on from Wendy, and just based on, 400 some brands we've worked with, I think there's like two things that are pretty obvious, and there's two that may not be so obvious when you're using getting UGC. And one is the authenticity. We all talked about it. Let it be raw. Selecting the high performing content in your organic state, which We all think we do, but you tend to go to the one you like, not the one that data says that's the one to use. And then the other thing that I found has worked really well is giving some direction, or not even direction, just informing creators what is working well on that specific platform. For example, Instagram algorithms favor stories in the polls, quizzes, and questions, right? The algorithm will pump that. TikTok, on the other end, favors trending sounds and certain hashtags and challenges, and that'll pump it, right? So fixing it such that you're informing the creator on what could make the algorithm tick. And then the other one is just optimizing the SEO. So social SEO, we've all been talking about it. I use Instagram to search for everything. Well, you're creating content, give the creators the words you want in there and how to do that. Don't be restrictive at all, but you can use tools like the Instagram search bar, TikTok search bar, Creator Center, the audience insights, all give you those key terms that people are using to find product and purchase.
Yeah. And Wendy, I know WYOS reposts creators of all sizes on its social accounts. Curious, have influencers been part of your marketing strategy since you launched? And how have those partnerships played a role in WYOS's growth?
It's funny. They have been the heart of the brand since we launched. WYOS stands for Write Your Own Story. So it literally is like a creator, consumer, community brand. And totally transparently, it's not easy to build that community and find those creators. I think I said before, we started big with a really diverse group of unique creators, and we had some different size followings, but they were all in the kind of macro to larger micro type of creators. I'm sure they drove awareness. We didn't get a lot of engagement, and we got almost no conversion. What we found is it's all the marketing mix that has to work together. You can't just be out there producing UGC and generating creators and trying to build community and not have all of the business fundamentals, the paid social, and not just paid amplified UGC. UGC plays in creators play a part in your marketing mix, but you have to have that part where you're making sure you say the brand correctly. You're talking about the key selling points, like all of that has to be on there as well. Then where are you driving the consumers? Your website has to be humming. If you're on Amazon, making sure those fundamentals are right. So I'm not going to, profess that we've gotten it all right, because obviously it's a lot of different things to be managing at the same time, but understanding the role, and for each brand it might be a little different, that creator plays in your marketing mix is key.
Yeah, absolutely. And Katie, personal care products are a really competitive space. There's a lot of competing brands and also a lot of influencer voices. What challenges or opportunities have this created in terms of your approach to partnerships?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of content out there in the beauty space, so we have a lot to weed through. I think it gives us an opportunity to really lean into our brand and what we have to offer. We have a really simple ingredient list with 4 ingredients and essential oils in our deodorant, and we really lean into our small town roots. We're based in Taos, New Mexico, which is an unlikely location for a startup. So we really lean into our outdoor nature, our small team. We feature our team a lot on our social media page, and we've seen great engagement because of that. And then what was the second part of your question?
What challenges or opportunities?
Yeah, challenges. I think kind of in the affiliate space, I guess I'll speak to challenges. We have a lower average order value because most of our products are $7 to $12. And so that can be a hard sell to a creator because they have to sell a lot and get a lot of people, using their link or their discount code to make money. So we've tried to do more flat fees for campaigns. Like if they sign up for a product launch campaign, they also can hopefully get sales through their code, but we'll do a flat rate as well, along with lots of free product and swag hashtag. But I think that's kind of been a challenge for us in the influencer space, is like gaining traction in numbers when we don't have a high average order value. So just wanting to like build the community, give them lots of incentives with free product and access to products before they launch. And like you all have mentioned, just having that be a nurturing process every month and every week, which is a lot of work, but totally worth it.
Katie, I think what you said about maintaining your brand identity is so important in the like space of anything. For us, of course, non-toxic cookware is becoming a super saturated space, and there's new brands coming into the mix every day. There's brands who are now entering the mix who have already existed for a while, and just maintaining that brand identity is really, really important. And it shows consumers that, you know, we've been around for X amount of years. We're not just coming up and popping up now because it's trendy. So we sometimes see like some of our competitors just like one day kind of make a big pivot in like their how they're marketing and like their overall like brand ethos. And if it's obvious to us competitors, I'm sure it's just as obvious to consumers that it's not super authentic.
Yeah, and Nicole, I was curious too. How do you approach influencer marketing for a pricier product? Are there any challenges that you faced with having a higher price point? Like, does it influence the size or scope of your campaigns?
Yeah, I think we approach it similarly to, you know, we have products that are at Target and Walmart and Costco and selling to like the mass markets. And then we have ones that are at like the higher specialty markets like Blaine Sonoma Crate. And those are, of course, a lot higher price points. And we approach them the same way. I mean, every time we are starting a campaign for a new product launch, we just always look at like the demographic. Who are we selling to? Who is buying this product? If it's a higher price point, of course, they have more disposable income. They may be older. They may live in different parts of, you know, the country. And so as long as we are at first identifying our key demographic and then we're sourcing influencers who fit that demographic, it seems to have worked and not been so hard of a problem so far. But yeah, on the same note, though, as Katie was saying about average order value, on the opposite end, that our average order value is pretty high. So for affiliate marketing and our ambassadors, it's a higher selling point for us, and it's probably a little bit easier to get people on board. But then, of course, on the other spectrum, it's slower for people to make a purchase because it's not, you know, you're not just gonna see an ad for a $500 product and just purchase it right away. We have to do more work making and helping them, and like along the purchasing journey, we have to do more work to convince them to buy it. So
longer decision-making process for the buyer.
Less of an impulse buy.
Awesome. And Katie, I know Humble Brands also got a shout out from Jason Momoa and GQ, and he's made numerous social posts about your products. Can you tell us how that partnership came about?
Yeah, that was super exciting for us. He mentioned us in a GQ article. I believe it was something like 10 things Jason Momoa can't live without. And our Palo Santo deodorant was one of them. So I remember when we were all in a meeting, like, oh my gosh, we just got mentioned from Jason Momoa, and it was super exciting. And he is very passionate about the environment. He's the UN ambassador for clean oceans and is very conscientious about packaging. And so kind of in our early discussions with him, we were in the process of launching a paperboard line. And so once we launched our paperboard deodorant, we were able to partner with him in a more meaningful way because he wanted to promote that packaging in his, in his conversations. And it's a very big part of his brand. So yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up next year. We've had more of a formal partnership with him for about 6 months. And we've been testing different creative and ads, whether it's photos, longer video, shorter video, whitelisting stuff. And it's been cool to see just kind of be on the fringe of his, his not customers, but his fans and his community, because they're so passionate and they love him so much. So it's fun to see people just be like, I have no idea what this deodorant is, but I'm going to buy it. I want to smell like you. And we're like, cool, this is great for us. We want you to buy the Palo Santo deodorant as well. So it's been a cool learning experience for our team working with celebrities. And then we also mostly work with micro influencers. So it's like a lot of micro influencers and Jason Momoa, which is an interesting
But they're both working out great, it sounds like.
Working out great, yes. Totally.
Amazing. And marketing, this is for anybody, by the way. Marketing teams are under a lot of pressure to prove ROI. What are your suggestions for marketing attribution? And does it get tricky when you have so many different partnership types?
I mean, I can speak to that. I think it can be really tricky, right? Because you could be spending on your creators and your full influencer program and not seeing the conversion, right, on direct. But then you're seeing Amazon start to pick up and become more productive. We know that consumers take in a number of pieces of inspiration, whether it's advertising, word from friends and family, seeing creator content, entertainment content on TikTok. You don't know when in their kind of shopper journey they're going to purchase. So maybe they're purchasing in store, maybe they're ordering direct, maybe they're picking it up because they're on Amazon picking something else up. And it's hard to attribute, but if you look at your whole marketing mix and you start to look at those KPIs that you can measure, you can start to make some assumptions on what's driving.
Yeah. And I think it's a little easier for us to have an ROI or analyze an ROI with paid media, where we can look at this piece of content cost X amount to create, and then we paid the creator 30% of their fee to run it as an ad for 90 days, and we saw this amount of sales. So that's been a little bit easier, but kind of the larger affiliate campaigns and initiatives has been a little bit harder to have a strong ROI that we can talk about as a larger team. We kind of look at branded search and non-brand search in Google. We've seen that the website sales are going up. We've seen our followers on Instagram is going up, but it's hard to sometimes have a super strong correlation between exactly what's working or what's not working, especially when you have different platforms. Like we're working with Statusphere, we have an affiliate platform, we have TikTok affiliate platform. So it's trying to connect it between all those different pieces can be challenging, and knowing where to put more money or where to pull back maybe.
We have a platform called Tribe, which looks across all social media activity, whether it's paid or organic, gifting and seeding activation. So I kind of like make the analogy. It's kind of like the Nielsen of social media, because there's a panel that we track of all the most influential profiles in social media for certain categories like beauty. And we rank every beauty brand and what share of that voice that they're getting. And we translate that to a metric that we call our media value, and we track it over time. And we know from working with a lot of these beauty companies directly that EMV translates to sales. There may be a little short lag there, but the beauty brands that have the highest earned media value in that cohort have the highest revenue and the best outcomes, like getting bought for billions of dollars. And so that's how you can that's how we, help our clients, measure this sort of holistically, and also benchmark themselves against the brands that they're competing with, right? So if they're losing creators to other brands, that actually impacts their EMV, that'll impact their sales, downstream. If they're gaining creators and increasing their EMV, then we see sales increase. And it's not necessarily direct from that creator's profile, but just like, mentioned earlier, you'll see your branded search terms increase. You'll see your direct traffic to your site increase. You'll see the velocity of your retail sales maybe pick up, selling in retail. So that's a good way maybe to look at it. It does take some convincing with the CFO, right? Because it is not a one-to-one relationship with, EMV and sales, but there's definitely a correlation there. We have study after study that sort of validates that.
Yeah.
We, on our end, all of our influencer content also lives on our PDPs. And through that, we can track like video influence sales or just like direct sales from the actual video. And it has brought our AOV up like over 60%. We see that like people who watch the videos convert more. So we just started implementing that about like 6-7 months ago, and it's like really, really been a huge conversion driver for us.
I would just add that none of the people on this panel fit this profile, but it's amazing to me how many of brands that our customer success team works with doesn't have a metric they're trying to go towards. Or even a campaign goal. It's like, we want micro influencers, and you can't. I don't think you can be an effective marketer that way. Our platform doesn't work that way. You got to pick something to optimize to. So I think it's really important to figure out before you spend $1, what is your optimization goal? And it's a number. It's not a feeling. Right? Be data driven.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chris, as brands start to work with more and more creators, what steps should they take to ensure their connections still feel personalized?
So number one, as you're getting to these scale, invest in technology. You have to have it. You can't do what you need to do now in the marketplace without technology. Of course, CreatorIQ, Statusphere, really good technology, I'd say. But it was a fun exercise. I put this question into ChatGPT just to see what they come back with. And it did come back with technology, but the first technology it said was Google Sheets. I feel like we've fallen back in time in digital marketing back to where everyone's using spreadsheets to manage everything in micro-influence. It shows the nascent state that we're still in, but you need to go beyond Google Sheets. You cannot manage thousands of creators effectively through Google Sheets. So I think the automation is really important. And then first-party data, finding a source for first-party data, or have that in the technology that you use. Obviously, for targeting, it's the best, and it's out there. If you use technology like Statusphere and some of our relationship with Hearst, we can use some of their first-party data. I think that's super important as brands start to work with mass amounts of creators.
Absolutely. Well, I know we only have a couple of minutes left. So first of all, just wanted to say thank you today for all of our panelists for joining and sharing all of their expertise with us. I know I've learned a lot and gotten a lot of great tips. So before we go, let us know where we can follow you if you want to shout out any handles.
If you're looking for cookware, amazing cookware or electrics or ovenware or cutlery, we are in the full kitchen space. You should follow the original Green Pan.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you can follow Humble Brands if you're curious looking for aluminum-free deodorant. We also have awesome lip balm and soap, and we're coming out with some other stuff next year as well. And we have really unique scent blends that are like Star Anise and Palo Santo and frankincense and Moroccan Rose. So I think that's something that really helps us stand apart if you want to have some fun and unique scents in your body care.
You can follow us on Instagram or TikTok at WYOS. Just promise not to laugh at me too much if I'm on some of our TikTok videos. We are the perfect products for your summer travels. No leaky mess in your bags, shampoo, cleanser, shaving cream. This is my favorite product. All over oil stick, flyaways, highlights.
Nice.
If you want to follow CreatorIQ, the best place would be LinkedIn, probably. Yeah, I don't really have any LinkedIn profile, but yeah, we're all of our most important announcements go out on LinkedIn. So just give us a follow there. We also, if you want really good insights about influencer marketing, generally, our Chief Strategy Officer, Connor Begley, that's Begley, is an amazing LinkedIn profile where he publishes all sorts of data about influencer marketing that we collect across our 1,000+ clients. If you're in the beauty industry, he's a must follow for sure, because that, a lot of that data comes from the hundreds of beauty clients that we do work with there.
Amazing. And you can follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram as well, Statusphere. And our CEO, Kristen Wiley, is also on LinkedIn, and she posts newsletters every month on that LinkedIn account, and also shares a lot of influencer marketing strategy advice there as well. Danielle wanted to know, can you spell Connor Begley?
Yeah, I'm going to post his profile here in the chat.
Okay.
So
Great. And also wanted to give another shout out. If you're struggling to build and manage your creator community or scale your influencer partnerships, we'd love to show you how the Statusphere platform takes all of those time-consuming, messy tasks out of your hands. So you can book a discovery call with us. There should be a pop-up link popping up here in a second, and we can answer any questions you may have. And we also have, oops, let me get this on my way. We have another webinar coming up on Thursday, July 18th, where we're going to be talking about building creator communities at scale. So yeah, we're going to chat about building those creator communities, and you can scan that QR code to sign up to attend. And we have a couple more minutes, so we could probably take a question or two. Let's see if there are any in the chat here. For brands starting out, how do you recommend they identify micro influencers to work with? That's a great question.
I mean, I'll do a selfish plug here.
Please.
Our platform is one way of doing it. If you don't know, we have over 250 data points, demographic and psychographic, on creators. So rather than going through each in the creator site individually and trying to figure out which one fits you, on our platform, you simply go in and choose your ideal creator profile based on those data points, and then we automatically match you with the best creators. And then over time, we get to know your aesthetic and your brand by rating those different pieces of content. And the algorithm can then find folks that do longer videos because you like longer videos, or they shoot with indoors because you don't like outdoors. So that's one way. If you're going to do it in the hundreds and thousands, I would suggest using Statusphere.
And that's a great way too to start out, so you can find, some of the creators that you want to work with on more of a long-term basis too, for re-engagement. We also have a question from Lana. With so many affiliate-only platforms like ShareSale and Impact, and then more influencer-style platforms like CreatorIQ and Grin, how do you suggest brands pick the tool that's best for them? They all do a lot of things. So
I mean, my comment there was focus on what gives you enables you to offer the best experience to your creator, right? So from the initial touch point of onboarding, applying into your program, activating, and getting performance results, all that is really important. So all affiliate platforms are really good at tracking and attribution. Some are maybe better than others, but their user experiences are very different for publishers, and the creator publisher profile is very different than a traditional publisher profile. So you really need to focus on that user experience. We've had so many customers come over from trying to scale on a traditional affiliate platform where they just couldn't, because they couldn't offer a customized experience for their creators.
And for us, it was helpful to work with the affiliate platform where we did bi-monthly check-ins. So I think if that's part of their offering, where you can ask questions, especially if you're new to affiliate marketing, having that reliable source where you can brain dump on them or ask them questions or troubleshoot with them has been really helpful for us in our first year on an affiliate platform.
Okay. And let's see, somebody else wanted to know, what affiliate platform does everyone use? If anyone's using those.
We use CJ for our affiliate marketing, but then for our ambassador marketing, which is the bone structure of affiliate marketing, but more community oriented, we actually use Shopify Collabs, which is kind of nice because it just integrates into our Shopify platform. So creators get paid when we pay the bill on Shopify. We can integrate like our products that are already in our warehouse through that. So it's just a more cohesive system.
Well, thank you. Oh yeah.
I was just saying, we use Current.
Current.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are down to the last minute here, so I want to real quick thank everybody for joining today. Again, thank you all to our panelists. You guys are great. And as a reminder, we'll be sending out a recording within the next 24 hours, so check your inboxes for that. And thanks, everybody.
Thank
See you next time.
Everybody.
Samantha.
Bye.